loins. Okay, it is Big Mama, and it is Wednesday, and I'm coming to you looking kind of like a minion. I got on blue and yellow, so Carol told me I look like a minion. It is what it is. I mean, you know. It is now 1:30. I am pushed for time with this Cook With Me. I am going to do a slow cooker hamburger stew, and if you see me looking over, I am looking at recipe. It will be linked down below. I got it from Bytes. I think I linked it on my last video, but I'll link it on this one as well. I'm doing the slow cooker hamburger stew. It is supposed to cook for 4 hours and 15 minutes. So, like I said, it's now 1:30. I'm just going to kind of run through the ingredient list real quick and show you what we're working with. It just sounded so good to me, and after being on our trip and being gone, I knew, and today I had a doctor's appointment, and while I had the car, well, the truck, I'm driving Big Red, y'all, and I made it through the bank drive-thru without hitting anything. Yeah. Anywho, I was proud of that accomplishment. Alright, recipe calls for 2 pounds of russet potatoes. And so I pulled out, we got those potatoes yesterday from Aldi. And I pulled out the littlest ones. See how little some of them are? I'm saving my bigger ones for baked potatoes later this week. Or sometime next week. Probably, I don't know. Anywho, sometime. So, I pulled out these, and they're so small, I figured it'd take this many to make 2 pounds. If not, it's going to be okay. Nobody's going to fret over having too many or too few. Anywho, then carrots, I'm going to take some Carol Beth's baby carrots out of the water. Remember, I told y'all if you store your carrots, if I can get open one-handed, luckily for Rubbermaid, because I dropped it. Yeah, see, this water needs refreshing anyway. See how it's cloudy? Soak your carrots, keep them in water. Let's see. Keep them in water and refresh your water. I'm going to just take out, it's calling for a ½ pound. This was a pound bag. I'm just going to take out some of them. But I do need to freshen up that water. A yellow onion. Yeah, y'all did a spinnerini. A yellow onion. Garlic. Rosemary. Thyme. I have no time. Get it? I have no time. Cracked black pepper. Stewed tomatoes. Beef broth. I just took 2 beef bouillon cubes and put in 2 cups of water. Ground beef. It's calling for a pound. This is 2 pounds. Brown. I'm trying to get round up. I will probably take 1 pound. See what happens. I'll leave the other I'll leave the other pound. I'll just kind of pop that in the fridge. And probably tomorrow for mine and Carol Beth's lunch, we'll do sloppy joes. That just sounds good. And I'll have that meat brown. I'm just saying. Worcestershire sauce, soy sauce, and frozen peas. I don't have frozen peas. I meant to get some yesterday at Aldi, and I knew I was forgetting something on my list. Always, don't you? Okay, I need Worcestershire sauce. Can you say that right? Worcestershire. Worcestershire. Do you say it Worcestershire or Worcestershire? That's just wrong saying Worcestershire. It's Worcestershire. So I've got all my ingredients out. I'm browning up my hamburger meat. I've got my slow cooker. I've rinsed out. I've got it ready. This is the one my sister gave me. She upgraded to a Pioneer Woman. The Pioneer Woman, when it first came out, it did not have the timer. It finally came out with a timer, so she upgraded. That meant I got to upgrade. If she upgrades, I upgrade. I get her, yeah. It's a good thing about having a sister. Yeah. So I'm going to go through this recipe of you peel and dice your potatoes. I'll show y'all as I'm assembling it. But I do want to come to you and just kind of give you a quick update, rundown, whatever you can call it. I did see the neurologist today. Well, the neurologist nurse's assistant, I guess is what you would call it. Anywho, she seems to think we want to err on the side of caution, I guess you would say, of not really messing with my meds, changing up too much. She does want me to add back a muscle relaxer. And I told her that's what I've been kind of taking the past few days, just to kind of get over the hump. And that seemed to help. It seemed to help me going back on those. So she said, let's try that for a while. If it does not continue to help, then we'll go and see about a lumbar spine x-ray or CT. Lumbar spine CT. Well, what was. Anywho, for right now, we're just going to do the muscle relaxers, and then my physical therapist is supposed to come today, and we're going to do physical therapy here at home. I will still have to go to the cardiopulmonary rehab to do physical therapy there 3 times a week. So, that's for my lungs. Anywho, the fun never quits with me, does it? And to all our new viewers, hey Hines, how you doing? Hit that like and subscribe button down below. You don't know what it means to Big Mama. To see our subscribers go from, we were stuck on 712. Lord have mercy. Lord, that's it. The Lord got us over that hump. Yeah. I cannot thank the ones that have helped us push up our YouTube viewership. Linda, hey. Me and her got a thing going on now, don't we? I love her videos, and she compliments and loves mine. So that is just wonderful. If you have not checked her out, if you're originally from my channel, go over there to Linda's Kitchen and check her out and give her a thumbs up and a like if you like her content. Wonderful, wonderful knowledge. Yes. She's a good source of knowledge and suggestions and ideas and things that you wouldn't even think of that you need to really and truly, nowadays, you need to be thinking about. So I'm going to try her bread, her stovetop baked bread. Not stovetop stuffing, but you cook it on the stovetop. I guess I need to clarify, huh, Linda? Anywho, I'm working on browning this ground beef. I'm going to chop up my onions and my potatoes and probably cut up my carrots a little bit more. Okay, kids, little tip. If you're new here, you're going to find out. If you watch Big Mama cook, you're going to get tips, okay? I'm just like cooking with your grandmama, okay? The way on cutting carrots. Now, if you try just cutting a carrot, tilt your back down. And this is a tip my grandma taught me. If you try cutting a round carrot like that, odds are, and see, I almost did it the way my grandma taught me. If you try cutting it like that, it's going to slide or fly. Or if you cut it like this, see how that rolled? 99.9% of the time, it's going to roll to the floor. Have you ever had that happen? I'm sure you have. The way Grandmama taught me you put your hand on top. That way there's no way you can cut your hand. If it's on top of the blade, there's no way. Alright, so you're going to hold over your carrot, and you're just going to cut, and then slide up. I did it myself. I did that one myself. That wasn't... You're going to hold it. Now lift up and hold it. And lift up and hold it. And your hand's going to keep it. Unless you... yeah. My hand's trimmer, y'all. I'm sorry. Pay no attention to what I just taught you. Because evidently I didn't teach you well. If it slid and did what I told you, it wouldn't. Alright. So, we're at the point where I've done my potatoes and carrots. Now let's do our onion and we'll get moving on. Y'all, I wish I had smell-o-vision. I just dumped my dried rosemary in, and let me tell you, I've missed that smell. I love the smell of rosemary. When we lived on our farm, we had a huge, almost like a rosemary tree. I kid you not, it was a huge bush. But yeah, it could be considered a small tree, like for real. Alright, now we're on to our cracked black pepper, and I'm just going to kind of shake her around. I'm using coarse ground black pepper, so got it at Costco. It doesn't take near as much since it's coarse. Alright, now we're going to add in our beef broth. I'm just going to take the same spoon I used for my mixed garlic. We're going to kind of stir that in. Well, it still hadn't dissolved quite all the way. Let's see what we can do to make that happen. I guess we'll just keep stirring and doing. Alright, now I got to get my stewed tomatoes. Let's go ahead and add our Worcestershire sauce, soy sauce, tablespoon of soy, and again, I'm just kind of eyeballing and shaking, and I need 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire. That's a good one. And that's good too. Alright, now, stewed tomatoes, and we're going to go ahead, let's see what these are at. I'm just taking my fingers. I scooped up that bouillon cube that wasn't ground up yet. I got one more. Where is he? Aha. I'm just going to take my fingers. If you ever have one that doesn't dissolve all the way, take your fingers. And it's kind of, well, this one's going to prove me wrong. I was going to say they're kind of softened from being, this one is not. Oh shoot, and I just lost him in the mix again. Where'd he go? Taken. There you go. Just kind of break it up however you can. There. And now I'm just going to kind of dissolve him on in. Alright. Pour that in. I'm going to get my stewed tomatoes opened and my hamburger meat measured out. Okay, I added my stewed tomatoes, and they were not diced, they're sliced. So I'm just going to kind of try to take my knife. Let's see what happens. I've never dealt with this before, but we're going to learn together, y'all. I'm just going to kind of take my knife and cut them up like in half, however I can. I'm just trying to get them to break up some. Now, once my stew has started, they'll probably break up even more once they get, you know, hot and kind of start going. But right now, I'm just trying to give them a head start, if you will. Alright. Let's cut him in half. And I did remember my slow cooker liners. I tell you what, they are the best invention. Whoever invented them, you know, it had to have been a woman. You know what I mean? Had to have been, a man would not have been as ingenious. Alright, like I said, I'm just going to kind of measure out about half, maybe a little bit more, And what's left, I'll make me and Carol Beth sloppy joes for tomorrow. Because it was a 2-pound pack of meat. I think that'll be fine. And then that's fine. Maybe one more little taste right there. Alright, now I'm just going to kind of take this and just kind of mix it in. Get that meat incorporated into those flavors and get that Worcestershire, soy, and everything just kind of mixed together. Get your potatoes. Everything just needs to get happy down in there. Yeah, I think that's going to do her. And it's going to cook on high for 4 hours. And then we'll come back and finish her up. So I'm going to put the lid on. And I've got her on high. We're just going to cook it to the side. And there you go. That is going to be our slow cooker hamburger stew. Okay, hunts, I'm back. Alright, now, it's 5 o'clock. It was 1:30 when I got started, so you do the math. I'm not even going to try. I do know, it is smelling fantastic in my house. Let me tell you, it's smelling good. I just took the lid off. What I'm going to do, it said to mash up some of the potatoes and let them kind of do for another like 15-20 minutes to thicken up to make, we're making a stew, not soup. So we want our liquid thick. Well, I'm not going to do the mushing of the potatoes, I don't think. What I am going to do, notice how I'm getting up just the juice, or I'm trying to, in this soup mug. What I have in here is 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. That's going to be about enough. I've got 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. And we are going to, it's what you call tempering. I added that hot liquid to this. You never add your cornstarch to the pot. You want to temper your cornstarch. Because you don't want, see how that was a clump? If I would have put the cornstarch just straight in there, you ever heard of lumpy gravy? You're going to wind up with lumps. And you don't want lumpy stew. But it's kind of like how you do pepper steak, beef pepper steak. Yeah, I knew it would come to me. We're just going to kind of keep stirring this hot liquid in this mug. See how it's getting thicker and thicker? That was an onion. But there was a little bump. My finger's getting a cramp. I'm just going to keep tempering my... And that's why I got a fork. I'm wanting to mush up and beat out any of those lumps. And just kind of keep it stirring. That's onion. That's onion. I'm just trying to verify that there are no more. Okay, there are no more lumps. Now, and I can look and kind of tell, it's a little bit, to me, it seems to be a little bit on the watery side. I think what it needs, I mean, this is just my preference. I'm going to go get one of those brown gravy packets. And I think we're going to add that to it. Because like I said, I want a stew. I want a good hearty beef stew. So I'm going to get some of the gravy, put in my cornstarch, see if we can thicken it up and flavor it up. Okay, now look at that color. All I did was get one of my brown gravy packets. I'm trying to turn it where you can see it. And I added that to my cornstarch and liquid. And we're just going to kind of keep beating. Look at that color though. That is going to add so much flavor to our stew. That's what I was wanting. Okay, now we're going to take this and we're going to add that to our stew. Alright, I'm going to take the lid off. See how that's just kind of, it's just clear, kind of. We're going to add this in and see what we get. I am going to take a little bit more hot and just kind of add 2. And a little bit more hot and kind of add 2. See how it's kind of starting to thin this down a little bit. I want to do that so I'm able to stir it in with that down there. Yeah. We're just going to kind of do it around. And we're going to come back in the 15 minutes that it said. And then we're going to look and see what we got. Remember how it was real light colored, watery looking. So we're going to let this kind of sit and do its thing and see what we come up with. I want to make sure it's all good and mixed in and marrying up with them flavors and all that good stuff. Alright, I'm going to turn, put the lid back on. I was about to say turn it off. It's still on high. It said put it on low. I'm going to let it keep cranking on high. And it also suggests you serve it with hot bread. So I took out, if you remember way back, I don't even remember when now, when we did our large Mega Sam's haul, I got like a big bag of the steak rolls. And I got them to use for, what do you call them? Philly cheesesteaks. Steakums. I got them to use for steakums. It came with like 36 or 24. I don't remember. These are wonderful though. They're the size of your hand. So it's not like a whole loaf. Right? They're thin. I figured that would make a great sandwich loaf. Because it's not a ton of bread. You know, sometimes you get and it's just all bread. So, I like these for that. But, I'm just going to take and put them, wrap them in foil, put them in the oven, probably 350. This has got 15 more minutes. So, I'm going to do 350, maybe 10 minutes. We're going to see. Okay, we're back. This is what some brown gravy mix and some cornstarch. Those are 2 things that were not mentioned in the recipe, but I did anyway. I knew what it looked like, and I knew what I wanted it to look like. So look at that. You got the dark beef gravy-like, and the potatoes are nice and soft. I've broken a couple of those just with the spoon. I'm going to drag this carrot over here and see if it will be... Okay, it's not quite... Okay, it did, but it was hard to... It's hard to do. The carrots could use a little... All it needs is a little shaping. I don't think I'm going to let it cook. I mean, yeah, I don't think I'm going to let it cook any longer. It is 5:30 and I'm hungry. So, and our bread is nice and warm. Got it nice and warm, put it in the oven for 10 minutes while we let that do its thing. So, we are going to turn this off. Well, I might keep it on warm. Okay. We are going to serve up and eat. Alright, so this is what it looks like. I'll put it in soup bowls. And we're about ready to give her a taste. It said use the hot bread to dunk, you know, tear it and kind of dunk it. And that's what it said do with the bread. It's hot. So, it's very hot. Until next time, y'all be good, be sweet. Look at Carol Beth. So let's say hi.
Hiya.
She's been a good girl today, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. She's always a good girl. Now this, on the other hand, he probably needs to supervise him.
I do.
All kind of which ways.
Yeah.
So until next time, y'all be good, be sweet.
Hey, look here. Y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit on your devices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, bye y'all.